friends only. Well, I have to invite through Steam, I guess. Invite to game.
Yeah. Steam has just been broken for me. It says you're off.
Oh, I might be. Yeah, I'm invisible.
Well, fix that.
Should I receive the invitation?
I can't accept it if you're appearing as invisible.
There we go, I send it again.
I have it now, it's just loading.
Oh, there we go. Hello. So it's been a while. Hello, everyone. We're back for Risk of Rain 2. There has been a major... I think I'm gonna play the guy, what's his name? The engineer, yeah. Were we playing on the hardcore before?
Absolutely not.
On the hardest
You
difficulty?
won't even get... No!
Alright, let's do one run normal then. Hello, Future.
You were having so much trouble.
How are you
with the
doing on
mobile.
this evening?
We were all having trouble with it.
No, that's not true. We were doing multiple, like, thingies. Oh, Paragon, thank you very much for the subscriptions. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. 12 months, you're my longest subscriber. Thank you very much. By the way, if you want to join us for some Risk of Rain, just hit me up. We're just getting started. But yeah, hello everyone. I was gonna say, I do need to adjust my settings in the game. Give me 1 second. Graphics. Let's lower that. Let's do load reduction, I guess. I have shadows off, so that doesn't matter. I guess I should lower resolution. Alright, back. Resume. Alright, I'm dead, actually.
Well, that's what happens.
Why is my FPS? I guess my FPS has never been that good in this game. Let me adjust this real quick. I should do... it's already on low. To be honest, texture usually doesn't affect the DPS that much. I don't know, maybe foliage wind. Maybe that'll help. Remove the bloom, I don't think that does anything, but... Alright. Well. So my FPS is not that great, but if it is above 30, that's fine by me. Alright, let's restart, Dick.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I just came by and died. Let's start again.
You should have fixed your graphic settings before we started the game.
I guess it's true, huh? I invited you again. But yeah, we're back for Risk of Rain 2. We're gonna be checking the DLC content. I know they have a new character for the DLC. And we're gonna try to unlock that, but first we're gonna do just like one warm-up run. Maybe we'll see the new environments, maybe we'll see the new boss. But we're gonna do one regular run, and then on the next run we're gonna be trying our hardest to unlock the new character Rex, which seems very interesting. Alright. But yeah, I think we were playing on hard mode before.
No,
like
we
when we stopped.
we never
I am
on hard
pretty
mode.
sure we were.
No, you're
I'm
wrong.
pretty sure.
Go back and watch the VODs.
I don't remember exactly what our strategy was. I think we waited for a little bit to like farm a little bit of money before fighting the boss. Is that what we used to do?
Yeah.
I know we were trying to get like all the chests.
We just tried to buy all the items.
Yeah. So I guess we just have to wait a little bit. I've been doing fine. It's been a while. Have you been? I've been doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it has been a while since we've talked directly to each other. So I hope you're doing well. Well, you did say you're doing well. It's just something I say, I guess. So it comes off very accidentally, I guess. Very accidentally. You know what? Don't overthink it. So yeah, so for now, our strategy right now is to try to purchase all of the items on the map. So what we're doing is just waiting for more enemies to spawn, because after you fight the boss, the enemies kind of like stop spawning. So you want to handle the purchase of the items before the boss fight. Now we could probably do like half the items on the map and then do the boss. That's probably like good enough, but yeah. I saw that they nerfed the engineer, they nerfed the damage for the turrets. I can't really say I'm surprised, because the engineer was very, very, very strong, so I guess it's kind of expected. At least in my opinion. I guess some people might disagree about the strength of the engineer. I like him a lot though, it's a very fun character. I've never seen this game before, looks pretty interesting though. Oh, have you never played Risk of Rain 1? This is the second iteration. The first one was a 2D side-scroller. This is a, well, they kind of made it 3D for the second game. It's pretty fun though, but mostly what's happening here, we're waiting for enemies to spawn. And it is a bit annoying, because on the first map, enemies spawn very slowly. But that's okay, we're basically just waiting for enemies to spawn. And then we're killing the enemies, grabbing the money, getting the chests and the loot, so we get stronger, and then we're gonna move on to the next map, and then that's the gameplay loop. That's kind of like what you do on this game. Now, like I said, it is a bit slow on the first map, because we are on the easy difficulty, as you can see like on the top right. As you go further into the game, the difficulty increases, so it's like an overtime thing. So the longer we take to complete the maps, the harder the game gets, but even then, it is still very much worth it for you to try to get all the items on the map. Even though it makes it take longer, so the game gets more difficult, the items just make such a huge difference in terms of increasing your power level, that it's kind of like, it is worth it, you know, to just like take your time. Like I said, we're on the lower difficulty, means enemies spawn very slowly, so, you know, taking a while, but I think we're almost at the point where we want to fight the boss. Well, that wasn't mine, that was the wrong button. But yeah, my character right now, what he does is basically, as you can see there, I place turrets on the floor. And my turrets kill the enemies for me. So I mostly like just go around and buy items while my turrets do the dirty work. I've seen people mention the game before, but never looked into it. First time seeing a 3D roguelike. Yeah, like I said, the first game was not 3D. It's mostly the second iteration, I guess. It's really cool, though. I think we're okay for fighting the boss, Dick. What do you think?
On my way.
Alright. Oh, firecrackers. I don't like them that much. Just buying the chest all the way. I think that's a chest. No, it's a gun turret, so that's kind of useless. You can summon the boss if you're there. I'm already on my way back. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game though. It may look a little bit boring right now, but as we go along, it becomes very challenging and very interesting as you get more items, you know. Your character develops in very interesting ways. Ew. So the Stone Titan, it is kind of an annoying boss for the first part of the game, but it's not difficult, so that's pretty nice. Shouldn't be too difficult. He's a bit annoying because he has like the laser beam, which you have to like line of sight him in order to like dodge the laser beam, so that's a little bit annoying. But as you can see, he's targeting me right now, and I'm taking a lot of damage. I need to line of sight him. There we go. Use the ladder staircase, yeah. Not really a ladder. You know what I mean. But yeah, as you can see, the chunk of my DPS comes from my turrets that I place down. And what I can do is I can place shields on the turrets to protect them and whatnot. I can also use the shields, I guess, to line of sight the laser from the boss. But I kind of forgot that was the thing. You know, it's been a while since we played the game, a few months. So we're just like kind of like, you know, getting the hang of it again. So we kill the boss. We get a few items here. I got a ukulele, that's good. That makes so some of your shots become electric. This thing I have here, this is the banner item. What it does is like every time I level up, I get a banner. And the banner, you get a combat buff when you're inside of it. The nice thing about it though is that it does buff my turrets. So if I place a turret inside the banner, the turret gets stronger even if I'm outside the banner. So that's pretty nice. So now we're just gonna go around the map and get the final chests, and then we're moving to the next level, which should be a lot more interesting, hopefully. So now that we've killed the boss and we finished the teleporter, enemies should stop spawning, which is nice, but also it makes it so you don't make any more money. So hopefully this money we have, it should be enough, but to like buy all the rest of the items. But it doesn't look like there's many items left, so It's a bit disappointing. The money you end up not spending, you gain in level at the end of it. So you gain in experience, which is not worth as much as getting items, but it is worth something, so it's not that bad. Now, one of the downsides of my character is he does not have a blink or a like dodge roll.
God damn it.
So defensively, in that sense, he's not as good as the other characters, but he is good defensively in the sense that I can just leave the turrets down and just run away without having to worry. So a lot of the times, bosses and enemies, they're going to be targeting my turrets, not myself. So it's not the biggest of deals. So like we might actually have just bought everything already.
Yeah.
There's a drone here,
Ready
that's
to go.
only. Just gonna look here on this other side. That might be a chest. I don't know if it's open, but
Oh,
I'm gonna check it here.
well, it's activated.
Oh, you activated the teleporter?
Yo.
Well, let's just hope there was no more chest, but I think there was one more chest. So don't do that again. That's okay. It's not that bad. Oh, there's a slow effect now. That's cool. From the tar. So that over there in the distance, that's a blood shrine. You can give your HP to the blood shrine to get money. That's incredibly worthwhile, especially when you just get started with the levels. Because as you can see, you don't have any money when you start a new level. It's like I said, you gain in experience. So playing the blood shrine and getting money is very, very, very worthwhile. So these are attack speed, critical chance, and healing after you take damage. I think I'm gonna get attack speed. Because every item I get that buffs me actually like buffs my turrets. So my turrets get like extra attack speed. Also, if I get items that relate to like healing, my turrets will like be able to heal themselves and stuff, which is very valuable. But I think for now my main concern is the attack speed. So as you can see, I'm very low on HP because I play the blood shrine. But that's absolutely fine. I don't think I'm gonna be dying. And my HP is already recovering nicely, so... What is this? This is a new chest. I haven't seen this before. We get bleed chance, which is good. It's not bad. I don't think it's amazing for my character, but, you know, any DPS improvements, like I said, improve my turrets. So fine and dandy. As Ryab would say. Well, I guess Dick already opened that. So that chest, that orange chest, is an active item chest. So right now I don't have any active items, but you can get like some really good stuff from the active item chest. So I'm looking forward to those. If you find a teleporter, I think we're okay to summon it already.
It's right here.
Alright, give me 1 second then. Just so I can buy some items. Because here's the thing, once you activate the teleporter, you can't actually buy items. Oh, maybe, what's that? Oh, it's the Shrine of Comets. Alright. You can handle that, right? I'm just gonna go around here, look for a few more chests.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, I think you can summon the boss. I'm on my way back.
Like, I'm doing the Shrine of Combat. Let's not summon the boss yet.
Alright. I'm on my way then to help you. So there are like regular enemies, as you can see, like these brown guys, but there are also elite enemies, as you can see, like the blue guys. So they're stronger. They have like special effects to their attacks. Are you done with the Shrine of Combat?
Negative. This guy's like tremendous health.
All right, I'm here now. Let's place the turret. And as you can see, we can also do like extra shrines. They spawn randomly on the map, and there's different things you can get on the shrines. There's a Shrine of Blood, which you can sacrifice HP for health. There's the Shrine of Chance, which you can try to gamble money to try to get items. And there's the Shrine of Combat, which summons very strong elite enemies, but gives like very good rewards in terms of like money or not. And with money you buy items. Alright, I think the dude is dead. So I think we should summon the boss, because we have like a ton of money already. So I'm on my way back to the teleporter. I'm going to summon it, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Alright. Summoning the boss. So one of the biggest things for my character is actually getting an item that basically makes it so whenever I'm standing still, I heal. Because, like I said, items affect your turrets. And as you can probably guess, my turrets are always standing still. So that item means that my turrets gain a passive healing, which is like very, very strong. That's no, it's not the slug, it's the mushroom. The mushroom item. So I'm really looking forward to those if we can find them. As you can see, we're very strong. The boss is already dead. There's still a few enemies that we need to kill. And we need to stay in the teleporter zone, because as you can see on the top right, we have a timer on the teleporter thing. So the teleporter right now is at 50%. We need to get it at 100%. So you have to wait here for a little while for the teleporter to fully charge. So we can move on, and or instead of moving on, we can actually like go back and buy more items, which is what we need to do at this point. Why is this enemy not dying? Oh, that's a charmed enemy, I guess. He's a friend, so that makes sense.
See, yeah, that was one of the items from the boss.
You got both items from the boss.
Yeah, I picked up one and I accidentally backed into that one, but it's
That's
okay because
okay.
that one helps both of us, so...
Yeah, it's okay. So there we go, the teleporter is almost done. It is done. Oh, fully charge your teleporter without getting hit. What? Did I really not get hit? Huh. Guess that's the engineer. So right now I have a ton of money and we're ready to go, but I need to buy items because I have a ton of money. So hopefully we can find some chests on our way here. But yeah, I don't know if you guys like Radiohead or Tom York stuff, but he recently released a new album, and with the album he released a short film. I watched that with Dick. Anima, the name of the short film. It's actually on Netflix if you want to watch it. It's kind of like an experimental musical, so it's basically dancing, no dialogue, and music. It's very short, it's like 15 minutes, but I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. Dick is kind of like,
oh my God.
I don't get it,
I should
but
give that to you.
what'd you do? Oh, you took the fungus. That's okay. I think we might have actually gotten all the chests. I'm a bit surprised at the low quantity of chests. Maybe it's because we're playing only 2 people, but like, I think I've gotten 2 items on this whole floor. Maybe that also might be related to Dick getting all of the items. But that's okay. This is a shrine of chance, so we can gamble to try to get... No, it's not. It's something else. It's a gold shrine. I have no idea what that is. Well, I did spend my money on it, though, but I guess it's fine. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. Right now I am a little bit underpowered, I think. At least for what I'm used to. Maybe they've nerfed the game a little bit. It seems like Dick is like actually getting all the items in the map right now. So...
You're not on patrol.
I am on patrol, my dude, but it's just where I've been walking there have been
Here's
0
item right here.
chests. I want it. You should just go back for the teleport. Ooh, backup! That's really good.
I should have gave you the one
Don't
I have.
cry about it. Oh my god.
I'm crying about
This
it.
item is better for me anyways. Since I have the buffs for stuff. I guess everybody does, but... Well, like, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter actually, now that I think about it. I think we're ready to go. Yeah, I'm ready. But yeah, the short film is pretty cool. It has some themes relating to, you know, modern life, society, and it's pretty cool. I was giving my review of it with Dick. Can I activate?
Send it.
Alright. But I was giving my review to the film. Basically to Dick. Basically the film has 3 parts, right? The first part, it's kinda like it shows people just kinda like falling asleep on a metro train, on a subway train. The second part is like... Should what?
New map.
Oh yeah, this is a new map from the patch, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, the second part of the film is kind of like Tom York trying to find the person he met on the subway to give back her suitcase that she lost, and it's him getting like bashed around and trampled over by like people. It's a dance thing, so you really have to watch to catch the whole thing. But and the third part of the film is basically Sung York encountering the person and falling in love with them, and it's really cool. I really like the themes in the story, like for example, the first part on, I keep getting fireworks. I don't like fireworks. Fireworks are basically anytime you open a chest, it spawns some missiles. I think it's kind of like, I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest. But yeah, the first part of the film, it has kind of like the themes that it shows kind of like, you know, the working class. Since it is like on a subway, you know, it kind of like symbolizes the transportation for the working class to go to work, basically. And it has some themes relating to like, you know, the tiredness of modern life. And also, I think people falling asleep on the subway train kind of like symbolizes, ooh, I really like, this is extra damage against bosses. I really like that. It scales well, I think, at the late game bosses, but I might be wrong. But yeah, it symbolizes kind of like how we're living a mechanical life and how that's like exhausting for people. You know, people just like, just falling asleep on their seats, basically. I think it also symbolizes not just the fact that people are being like exhausted by modern life, but also the fact that modern life tends to be very mechanical for us. In the sense that we're always in this routine, you know, when you're in the working class at least. You're always in this routine where you know, you wake up, you go to work, you come back from work, you fall asleep, you wake up, you go to work, you come back from work, you fall asleep. You know, the sort of thing. And I think the subway stuff and the people falling asleep and falling over kind of symbolizes that, how we're kind of like, almost kind of like not living life, you know, we're kind of like just surviving, you know, instead of like actually living, you know, instead of actually experiencing the people around us and the experiences around us, we just kind of like falling asleep because we've been so exhausted. So everything in the life, the routine, etc., everything's so exhausted. So, you know, it's like everybody is just kind of like living asleep in a sense. I also found interesting thinking about it. I found that it also shows that despite the fact that we're kind of like living. Oh, this is an active item. Let's see what that is. It's a primordial cube. I think that's kind of like a black hole. Yeah, I don't like it.
The
so
one you got is better.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the thingy. But if you want a primordial cube, it's that. But I think it also sends a message that despite the fact that the working class, and I think we should summon the boss if we can find it, but despite the fact that the working class and people are living a mechanical life and etc., it also shows that we're still human, right? In the sense that like the people falling asleep is a human thing. It's not a mechanical thing, right? So despite the fact that we're living this clockwork life, we're still human. We still have humanity within us, you know? It's things that separate us from machines. So I guess it's kind of like what the falling asleep also kind of symbolizes. One equipment. Repair equipment drone. I have no idea what that means. But sure? Oh, we took my active item.
That's for the new boss.
I have it.
New boss, new character. That's for the new character. We need to escape with that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. The
Yes,
new character is like you go on the back of the thing you spawn, the pod, and you take a thing from the back of the pod, and you have to take that to the final map and survive.
Oh.
But here's the challenge. The thing you take, it's a fuel cell, and it explodes if your HP ever reaches below 50%. So you have to get to the final map without ever reaching 50% of your HP, or you die and you lose the thing. But then when you get to the final map, you go all the way up and you can summon the... Well, you can activate the new character.
Wait a minute. So this drone, it has the backup in it.
Oh, it does? Oh, that's really good then.
Yeah, it's holding the backup.
That sounds really good then.
I don't know how it determines when to use it.
I don't see the boss. I'm not entirely sure. Since we're new to this map, it is still a little bit confusing. But... yeah, I've been on the other side, and I think this is all for this side. So I'm really confused on where the boss would be. we go around. Just keep looking for it. But yeah, for the second part of the story is where he's trying to find this girl that was in the subway with him. I think it's really cool because it shows how our life, our mechanical life, if you can put it that way, kind of like affects us in a deeper way. So it kind of it shows that like human beings are kind of like being less empathetic and sympathetic towards each other. So the dancing and whatnot, it shows multiple times the people, the characters, kind of like trampling over each other. Ooh, I got a fungus. That's really good. So that's the item I was talking about. If you stand still, you get healing and you heal everything nearby. So since my turrets are always standing still, they always have the passive healing. So that's really good. But yeah, the second part kind of symbolizes that. The people losing the empathy towards other human beings, you know. So we're kind of like trampling over each other. We're kind of like forgetting we even like exist and that we're like other human beings around us. We're not just machines, you know. I'm really confused that the boss would be. And I think it's really cool, the dancing for the second part. Because a lot of the dancing makes us seem like almost like machines, you know. And there's just like a specific part which is like people like crawling on the floor. And it's really cool because it's almost kind of like as if we were like traffic. You know, it's people crawling on the floor and being like very busy like traffic, you know. So I think it kind of like symbolizes, it wants to pass this idea that like we tend to forget when we live in the city life, when if you've ever commuted to work by car, you know what I'm gonna be talking about right now, but you kind of like, when you're in a car, you tend to forget that the people around you, they're also human beings, you know? So I think that scene, it kind of shows the absurdity of that, where you see the human beings acting as if they're cars, you know, getting stuck in traffic and whatnot, and like taking over each other and whatnot, but it shows as if there were no cars, as if we could like actually see inside the cars all the time and actually realize that inside the cars there are human beings, you know. That's something we tend to forget. I tend to forget that, at least when I'm in traffic. You just think of traffic as like traffic, you don't think of it as like other people, you know, which is really interesting. It also just shows how like the mechanical life, the routine will like exhaust people, and that exhaustion also relates to us being less empathetic towards other people. You know, we're kind of like losing that humanity in us, right? Because being empathetic towards others is a human thing. Like animals, they can be like sympathetic towards each other, but they cannot be empathetic, right? So that's like a human characteristic. And it shows that just like everything in life is kind of like taking that away from us, you know? Like you even when you're not even driving, even if like just walking in a very crowded place, you just see the crowds and you kind of like barely can even fathom that everybody in the crowds has their own lives, you know? Everybody has like their individuality. We're all human beings there, but we kind of like just look at each other as almost as if we're just like a crowd, a thing almost that's not human. So I think that's kind of like what the second part of the film is about. I don't know, I'm very confused. Where the hell is the boss?
I don't know, I'm trying to find it too.
I guess that's one of the problems of having a new map, huh? It's like we're actually utterly unable to find where the boss is. I'm not entirely sure. I think the boss... We might be getting one of those situations where the teleporter spawns in an area where you can't access. So you can't actually get to the boss.
I think we can get on top of this land over here, but I don't know how. Up here.
So we should go back the other way. But yeah, and on the third part of the film, it shows Tom York, he finds the girl he was looking for. And the entire third part of the film is kind of like, it goes back and it goes kind of like, despite all of these things. Oh, I found a teleporter. It's right here. it goes like, despite all of these things, despite us losing empathy towards each other, despite this modern life being crushing to us, and despite all of those things, we're still humans, right? So that's kind of like the third part of the story. Oh, I got alien head. It reduces cooldown. That's really good for my shoe. Can I summon the boss?
Wait one. Yeah, summon now.
Alright. Summoning. Put my turrets down. Since they now have AoE healing, you kind of, well, I should have placed them a little bit closer to each other, but I was gonna say, you can place them close to each other and they will like heal each other, which is like very valuable. So for this boss, you want to be really careful because the boss has like a very strong melee attack. So you want to be really, really careful with that. You want to try to stay away from the boss. Yeah, I died. I was about to say, so my turrets, they have the healing thing, and you can stay on it to heal, but that's a bad idea against this boss specifically, because this boss is going to be attacking my turrets. So if I stand on the turrets, I'm going to take damage from the AoE from the boss. So that's what happens. Sadly, my character does not have a dash or a blink or any ability that lets me move away quickly, so I couldn't really get away from the situation I put myself in. The big thing with my character is just like never put yourself in that situation in the first place. So that was just a mistake I made, and it cost me my life, but that's okay. Because once we get through this fight, I'm gonna respawn on the next map. So we should be okay. But yeah, as I was saying, the third part, it shows Tom York actually falling in love with this girl, and this girl falling in love with him. And it shows not just them as like the two of them, but it shows that the whole thing is like many people dancing, right? So it shows other people falling in love with each other. And oh, you fell down, that's bad. Alright, you're still alive, it's not that bad. But it shows other couples falling in love and being close to each other, and there's lots of physical contact and human interaction, human warmth, which is something that was kind of like almost missing on the other parts of the thing. It was just like everybody was kind of like not caring about each other and whatnot. So it is very like, it shows that thing that I mentioned, that's like, despite everything in our lives, despite modern society being so harsh on us, we can still engage with each other, you know, we can still love each other. And not just that, it also shows like various groups of people. Oh, Dick, you're gonna die.
Lika, I know.
Oh no, you had a dodge roll, you're fine. I thought you were gonna die on the fall. But it shows like multiple groups of people, not just couples, but like it really shows that humans, despite we living this mechanical life in current society, we're still humans, you know, we're still able to be humans towards each other, and to create bonds with each other, which is a very human thing. Well, animals also create bonds with each other, of course, but you know, it's a very living thing, you know, it's not a mechanical thing. Machines don't really get attached to other machines and whatnot.
Your equipment drone is garbage shit. Why isn't it called in its buddies yet?
I don't know what it does, to be honest.
It has one fucking job.
But yeah, so the third part of the story is kind of like, despite all of those things that are shown on the first two parts of the story, it shows that we're still humans, you know. So it shows we should really, you know, we shouldn't forget that, you know, that's something that we should always not really try to preserve, in the sense that it kind of like doesn't really, it's not really up to us, it's up to the people, you know, in control of society, who kind of like determine how our lives are gonna be. But it at least tells us like, don't forget about these things, you know, don't forget you're humans at the end of the day. Don't forget your bonds with the other people you care for, the people you love, your friends, your family, and even the random people you meet around. There's a scene which is like people kind of just meeting and just starting bonding with each other. So, you know, the social aspects of modern life, despite living in the city being such a major thing for like reducing our social lives, despite being so crowded and full of people, our social lives are diminished, aren't they? Like, sometimes we don't even know our neighbors. Like, for example, my neighbors here, I used to know the 2 neighbors I had, but then they moved away, and now I have, for the past, like, in the previous year, a new neighbor moved in, and in this year, another neighbor moved in to the same floor as I am, because I'm in a building, right? So they're like right next to me. I've never even talked to them. I've never even seen them. So it's kind of like everybody's just busy, like I said, with our own lives, you know, our own mechanical lives. Everybody's just busy with those things. So it wants to talk about those things, you know, those scenes, and wants to let us know that we shouldn't forget. We shouldn't forget we're human, and that's very important. Our bonds with each other. Don't forget each other, you know. Something we mustn't forget. Ooh, you got burned. Yeah, that deals a lot of damage. So right now the teleporter is at 87%. So enemies will only stop spawning once the teleporter gets to 100%. So Dick is kind of like in a conundrum right now, because he's like struggling to kill the enemies and more enemies are spawning. But he's struggling to stay inside the teleporter area to finish the teleporter because there's so many enemies spawning. But there we go, 92%, he's almost there. You should stay inside though. Yeah, there we go. There you go, the teleporter is done, so enemies should stop spawning. However, as you can see, there are many enemies around, so maybe you just want to leave them up. Because I think we've gotten everything. So I don't even know if you would have like tried to kill everything. You're probably better off just like running away. Dick?
Yeah.
Can you just like teleport to the next map?
Let me do my job.
That's the biggest problem with playing with Dick, is like when you die, it's gonna like, he's gonna make you sit there and just watch.
I'm too good at the game, you died too early.
I died because of a mistake, that's fair enough, but you don't need to be doing this, so, you know. If you wanna be cool. Alright, he is moving towards the teleporter. But yeah, it's a pretty cool film. Like I said, it's only 15 minutes. It's just a dancing film, you know, with music and whatnot. But if you like that sort of stuff, kind of like art housey stuff, it is really cool. I really liked it. It's very cool dancing, very cool music. My sort of stuff. We've also been, well, I've been re-watching, but Dick is watching for the first time, Breaking Bad, actually. Now that's a little bit old, isn't it? Wow, Dick, I can't believe it.
Well,
You were right next to the teleporter.
I activated it.
You did? Why are you still there?
I don't know, maybe you gotta stay in the area now.
I think you didn't activate it.
Oh, I pressed the fucking button.
Try again. But yeah, I am rewatching Breaking Bad. Dick is watching for the first time. It's really cool. There we go, you activated it now.
I want to go get a hamburger.
So we're almost done with the first season. We've done, what, like 5 of the 7 episodes? Something like that.
You know, I already ate pizza today, but you know what? If you want to get big, you gotta eat big.
You haven't really been going to the gym, so
Don't tell me what to do.
it's not just eating big, you know, you also have to, you know.
Well, listen, I like burger, okay?
Hey, that's fine if you want to get a burger. I'm not gonna kill you.
Better not.
Just say you should really be going back to the gym.
Well, Lika, when you have to work from 5 in the morning until
I guess
5
that's
in the
fair enough.
afternoon, you get home and you really don't want to do anything, do you?
I guess that's fair enough.
God, just deploy me. When you get deployed, most of your day is just working out, so...
How have you been liking Breaking Bad so far, Dick?
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It gets like so much better though as we go along. It's already really good. The first season is like very interesting, but as you go along, it gets like even better. That was almost a bad shield, but seems good enough. Let's see what we get. I'm a little bit underpowered because, you know, I died in the previous scene, and also Dick has been getting like most of the items. That's okay. I think I can work my way around this. Oh, that's an enemy. I thought it was like a new thing or something, like an item thingy, but I guess not. I have no idea what this is. It's a green chest. It doesn't really say when I mouse over, so I do not know. Wow, my HP, holy fucking shit.
Mine too, holy fuck.
Yeah, enemies at this point, they're like very strong. It's really massive amounts of damage. You wanna be really careful. It seems like they've really tuned up the difficulty on this map too.
It was
it
this
used to?
hard the whole time.
No, it was not that difficult before.
Yes, it was.
I think it's gotten a lot more difficult. Like the
No,
enemies
it's
are
always
dealing
this
more
hard.
damage, maybe. So many effects. You get used to it. Alright, I should probably buy this because I don't have the active item anymore. Alright, I got the cube. I don't like it. It's kind of like a shitty black hole. I do want to buy this though, but you know, 600. So I don't have the money for that. Just hoping some enemies are gonna start spawning here where I am. There we go, they're here. Yep. But yeah, hello One Shield Monkey, how are you doing on this evening? I'm guessing you need a certain amount of gold to open chests. Yeah, basically everything works like that. Chests, shrines, those special stores which you can choose. In this case, you can't really choose because they're all random, but usually you can choose. But there's a chance that they'll be random. I got a good one though, ATG Missile MK1. It's very good. Chance to fire a missile. Like I said, all of these items, they synergize with my character because they affect my turrets. So my turrets also have a chance to fire missiles now. Oh, I got Bustling Fungus, so that's really good. That increases the range of the healing. And also the healing power of my turrets. So that's really good. The healing power of my turrets is very important, not because of me, but because the turrets heal themselves. So that's like a major deal. They stay alive for longer. Very important. Also on this map we have some legendary chests, which are very expensive, but contain like really good stuff. I don't know if we're gonna be making enough money to open those. We'll see. Just came home from work. I hope your day at work was fine. I hope it was not like Walter White's work at the car wash. On the first season, because later on he does, well, I'm not gonna spoil it for Dick, but and I have to approve the statement of the guy before regarding the gym thing. I do understand, it is exhausting to exercise, so it is understandable if your life is exhausting, it makes it difficult for you to like, ooh, I mean, I did see it falling down, but I couldn't move fast enough, and my HP is getting kind of low, that's a bit concerning. I wanna try to...
Well...
Look, my character doesn't have my character doesn't have a dodge roll, so I can't really get away from stuff. It's very difficult. The biggest thing with my character is you have to be very careful with your positioning, and I wasn't being that careful because I wanted to heal myself with my turret, but there was an enemy around, so that was just a bad decision. So yeah, I think the biggest thing though, the reason I'm dying so much right now, besides me putting myself in bad positions, is mostly because I don't have that many items actually. I'm very underpowered for the point in the game where we are at. The difficulty is very high and I'm not very strong. I think that relates to all the way back to the first few maps where I didn't get many items, to the third map where I died and then I couldn't get that many items. And now we get like late into the game like this and I'm like very weak.
Oh fuck.
And that's a big problem because that only like compounds, you know. You only get weaker as you go along if you keep dying, you know. Because I can't buy items anymore, so how am I gonna get stronger? So that's a problem. How many characters are there? That's a new one though, so I guess there's 7 now?
No, I think that's including the new one.
Oh, I see.
Um,
It's really cool though, because each character they actually play very differently. They have very different styles. As you can see, my character, the character I was playing, I was mostly placing turrets down. Dick's character, he's more of like a shooter, right? He goes around shooting things. There's a character, she's a huntress, so she uses like a bow and arrow, so she has a different play style. There's a character who's a mage, also has a different play style. There's a character
like
who's a melee character, so he only attacks with a sword, so it's very different. So it's pretty cool.
we might not make it because the teleporter's over there. I found it.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot right now. But that's okay, this is our warm-up run. You know, it's been a few months since we've played. So we're doing a little bit, you know, not the best right now, but that's okay. I've been really struggling with my character, with the fact that I've been positioning myself so poorly. I need to be a lot more careful with while playing the engineer, because like I said, the engineer, he does not have a dodge roll, he does not have a blink or anything that lets him move away quickly. So if an enemy places a thing on the ground where you need to move away, it can be very difficult to avoid this if you're not like paying 100% attention, you know? You need to be very quick to move away from danger. Oh, you're fucked.
Oh god.
Yeah, the fire took like all of your HP. Thankfully it didn't stack. If it stacked twice, it would have been done. So yeah, so now it's basically either Dick is gonna kill the boss or he's gonna die, but I can't really join back. I will join if he finishes though, if he kills the boss. Then we're gonna loop back, I think. Well, we used to loop back. I'm not entirely sure what happens now in the game. We might not be looping back anymore. We'll see. It's before, when the game released and we played a ton of it back then. What happened was there was only 4 maps, 4 levels. So when you finished the 4th, you went back to the 1st but harder difficulty. So you just looped around the game like that. But like the difficulty kept increasing and increasing and increasing, and you basically see how far you could go in the game. But I'm not entirely sure if that's still the case or if they've added an end to the game or something. Wow, there's tons of bosses. You're in a bad situation.
Like your new name, you're Captain Obvious.
The worst part is that when you need to run away so much, you're not really dealing any damage to the bosses. So you're not getting any closer to be done. I know, that's what I'm saying. It is like a difficulty aspect. Ew.
Fuck her up here.
Loops is still the way the game goes. No end outside of obliterating yourself yet. Oh, you're gonna die from the... Oh! You escaped with the dodge roll. Very good. So they haven't added an end to the game yet, which is cool. The loop system is not as boring as it sounds. It is a bit boring after you play it for a long time, because you've already seen the environments and stuff,
what?
right?
Another boss? Oh god, oh fuck.
But it's not that boring in the sense that the difficulty does keep increasing, so you're always being challenged, and you keep getting new items, so you're always getting stronger. So, you know, if you enjoy the gameplay loop, it's not the biggest of deals. It's a bit boring though, like I said, it's like the same environments basically. Wow! You lost half of your HP in like one attack.
Yeah.
Well, that was a bad run, but that's okay. That's our first run coming back.